A disaster hits, and nonprofits always ready to step in to help. But with everything that has happened in the last few years, local charities have been stretched about as thin as they can go. And the disaster for them is that they have noticed a change in people's willingness to keep giving. Focus at 4's Marissa Mitchell joins us right now. Marissa, there is a name for this. It is called giving fatigue.
We all get tired.
Bring it up close.
Getting food and supplies to victims of natural disasters
Where's all this stuff going?
has defined this season for the local Red Cross. So much so they've noticed a slower pace in donations coming in.
We're seeing people that, obviously want to help in some sort of way, but monetary donations help us do the most work, and those are kind of tough to come by in this economy.
Especially when costly disasters strike back to back. Still, the volunteer work must go on.
Who's got the keys? What they reciprocate in their emotions and their feelings and their thank yous is what keeps me moving forward.
Over at the Jimmie Hale Mission,
thank you for our volunteers who come today.
Recent storms and flooding are taking a toll on their programs for the homeless.
We encourage people to get involved in support disaster relief, okay? But at the same time, don't forget about your other local charities.
Good news for the mission's director, Tony Cooper, is that donations have spiked. The bad, those single monetary gifts are getting smaller. And that's not what volunteers who say their programs have a ripple effect want to hear.
That doesn't only affect that one man, but that affects his family, his kids, his community.
That's why this mission, the Red Cross and other nonprofits need your help, especially when it's hardest to give it.
And Marissa joins me right now here on the set. And, you look at the Jimmie Hale Mission, been around forever. Yes. Has a great way, a great circuit of communicating with everybody in the community. They're not responding, so how is Jimmie Hale and others like it going to make it?
Well, they say now they're just having to work harder. I know at the Jimmie Hale Mission, they're spending more money on advertising and being more active with social media to remind people, hey, we're still here. We still need your help. And one thing Mr. Cooper said was that even though people have recent natural disasters, people have personal disasters every day.
That never get talked about.
Exactly, and so they need more help. With the Red Cross as well, they're pushing more for volunteers. Even if you can't give money, give your time.
Giving of time is becoming more and more important. We're going to be talking a lot more about this a little bit later on in the program today. But giving of your time, volunteering, I think that is probably what has really spiked higher than any of us imagined that it could since the tornadoes.
Exactly. I mean, with the Red Cross, they said once the disaster first hits, they have, hundreds of people come in. Yeah. But then as the time goes on, those numbers drop.
They start to dwindle.
Yeah, and they want you to continue to help, but to also think about becoming a trained volunteer and giving that more long-term and more often. So all of those things help out a lot.
Good advice, and we'll be talking a little bit about that as this hour goes on. Thanks so much. Well,